G'day guys, welcome back to the show. We're your hosts. I'm Rob,
I'm Matt.
And I'm Ryan.
and this is episode 22. And today we have Beef and Reef Apparel on our show, and we are speaking to Heather, part owner of the company. How are you going?
Good, thanks, mate. Thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure. Have you had a good day so far?
It's been a busy day today. Not long actually. Just finished work, so yeah. Yeah, just been busy.
Oh, that's all right. Yeah, I've been pretty busy myself. Had to
That's
take my
good.
son at the hospital this morning, so that wasn't fun.
Oh, I hope he's all right.
Second day of school, and he's hurt himself already. And it's like, oh, well done, mate.
Good job, good job.
Yeah, that's right.
Wouldn't expect anything else, mate.
Oh, no way. Well, for the people that don't know about Beef and Reef Apparel, could you explain to everyone what it's about?
Yeah. So it's just a small little clothing brand that we ended up making. I suppose it was a bit of a out of the blue moment. We were actually we weren't really planning on making anything. We just came up with this idea, but it's just a little brand that kind of incorporates a bit of adventure, and there's no real brand out there that kind of incorporated both, the countryside of things as well as, I suppose the ocean, the surfing, that kind of
Yeah.
vibe. So that's kind of where we came up with the name, and yeah, just started it. So yeah.
It's pretty cool.
What inspired you to get into that line of the business, the country and the ocean?
I think because we get into a lot of that kind of stuff with the fishing and camping and all those kinds of things. But what it was is actually one year, I think it was the year before last, we were buying all our family like these matching fishing shirts. And I was a bit outraged by the price of these fishing shirts, and so many like companies were charging around that same price. And then that's kind of where everything stemmed from. I was like, I'll make my own fishing shirts. And then here we are.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Absolutely.
That's pretty
That
cool.
kind of leads into the next question, actually. Is what I was going to ask, what was the first product you came up with? I'm guessing the fishing shirt.
Yeah, it was. It was meant to be fishing shirts. That was meant to be our whole, I suppose, brand around fishing shirts and that kind of thing. But I think it was actually just a t-shirt from memory. It was actually, yeah. I just looked at these cool designs and whatnot and got someone to draw one up, and it was a bit of a trial and error to begin with. But yeah, they were quite popular. Obviously, we started with people that we knew and kind of just branched out from there. So yeah, people started liking them, and then we kept going with it. And yeah, so it was just a t-shirt, really.
Well, the artwork's
How long does it?
excellent.
Sorry. Yeah, how long did it take to settle on the design? Because it does look pretty cool.
So that our main logo, it was a bit of back and forth because there was a particular design I kind of wanted, and I can't draw at all. So I was trying to like put my vision into someone trying to imagine what I was thinking. So yeah, a bit of back and forth and scribble over their perfect artwork. But it took a couple of weeks. But the guy who actually did it, he wasn't even Australian. I think he was from Norway, and I found him online, and he specialized in that kind of like detail, and that's kind of where I went. And I also wasn't very educated with things in Australia, so yeah, since then we've definitely branched out to a couple of people in Australia, because obviously it's good to keep things local. But yeah, that's how we got up with that design. So yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Because
That's
I
what
never
got
even
me.
actually
That's
heard.
what got me
Yeah.
hooked.
Yeah, I didn't even hear
Yeah,
about it
it's,
until seen Crappie with the hats and stuff. I'm like, that is absolutely
Yeah.
insane.
Yes,
Yeah, it's a
Kayla is a
striking
big
logo.
fan of his.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not many people have, and to be quite honest, we probably haven't done the best job marketing, and I think it comes down to time, really. Just trying to fit it in with our full-time jobs and stuff like that. So yeah, it's kind of worked its way out there. It could do a lot better, I think, if we could put some more time into it. But at the end of the day, it's just a hobby. It's fun, and it's just what we enjoy. So
The marketing
Yeah.
side's the hardest part, I think. Like, from my own experience, it's just so time consuming, and trying to get the creative buzz to figure out what to put out there is like, it's draining.
Yeah,
Especially,
absolutely.
as you say, when you're working and all that other stuff.
Yeah, I think it's the consistency that's the hardest part. So, and
Yes.
I suppose the quality of content as well. It's easy to just post a photo every day, but it's not really engaging.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a fine line, but we don't let it consume us, because if it becomes like we have to do it, then it no longer is fun. And
Yeah.
so
Yeah, 100%.
just do what
very
we
true.
can. Yeah. Yeah.
It's easy to fall out of love with something that you enjoy doing if you burn out real quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. And when we have time, we definitely do it. Like same with TikTok and stuff. When we have time to start making little videos and whatnot, we do it. But if it becomes a chore, it doesn't be like, the passion is different, and I find the quality of content wouldn't be the same. It's not genuine. And I think that's a big thing for us. Everything that we do or say is like, it's pretty just genuine. We're not trying to, I don't know, be one of the biggest brands out there or have the biggest followings and stuff. Like we're just us. And at the end of the day, we're human, and we still live a normal life. So yeah, that's just, it is what it is. Yeah.
So,
cool.
is it just Kayla and yourself on the team, or do you have more people on the Beef and Reef team?
No, it's just Kayla and I. We sometimes get our nieces and nephews to come in and help just for a little bit of pocket money. We just give them, but no, it's just us two. And yeah, Kayla does. She's more of the getting the brand out there type thing, and sending people stuff, and really trying to engage with people. Whereas I'm more of the, I suppose, brains behind her. Putting things from paper into a product, and I think that's how we work well.
Yeah, I was going to say that works well together, yeah.
Yeah, it does. So at the very start, she got a lot of stuff out there, and it was really good actually. So kudos to her.
Yeah. No, that's good.
Everyone has their own strengths, don't they? So when
absolutely. And I think it
you
works
have the
well
yin
for us.
to your yang a little bit with that. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
What sets you guys apart from the other similar companies out there? Obviously.
Oh, look, there's so many of them right now, isn't there?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think it's just like, I really think it comes down to there's nothing really out there that incorporates the best of both worlds. And I think
Yeah.
Beef and Reef isn't going to be for everyone. The name isn't for everyone. The design isn't for everyone. But that's our way of just incorporating, like, we love the countryside, but also love fishing and going to the beach and doing those things as well. So I think a lot of brands, particularly in the countryside, are very just like, we are country and country only. And then they try and, bring the fishing shirts and whatnot. Or it's like completely, I suppose, the more ocean side of things where it's just complete surf brands and stuff like that. So there's no real mix. So maybe that's just me. I don't know. But that's how I feel.
I think you're right there. Yeah.
Yeah, well, now I think about it, I can't really think of another company that incorporates the... I mean, you got the two sides of the coin of the best living is the country and the beach. I wouldn't class the city as any part of living.
Yeah, and I think that's a lot of people, like, it's not just country. I mean, some people are, but I suppose where we live, we're 45 minutes, an hour from the beach, so we can be very rural one day, or on property doing that kind of things, and then the next day just be doing everything else down the beach and whatnot. And I think that's really important to have that balance in life. So, well, maybe we're just lucky to have that balance, I should say. So
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Wonder why there are
Speaking
so
of-
many companies. Sorry, I wonder why there's so many
No, you go.
companies in Queensland. Like, I never realised how many country brand companies were in Queensland. Because I was looking more closer to me, and like there's only like probably a handful in South Australia, if that.
yeah,
But then,
there are so many, and I
the
feel like
Queensland
there's
ones
more
are
and
just
more
coming up
now.
everywhere. I'm like, wow. Yeah.
Yeah. And a lot of them are very successful little businesses, and they do very well at what they do, which is great. It's good to have variety, but there is a lot of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I only ever known of Ringers Western before because like I moved to the country probably just over 3 years ago, and I was wearing like Nike hats and all that before, and I poked my head into my father-in-law's caravan, and he had this Ringers Western hat in there, and I'm like, oh, that's a cool hat. I'm like, do you wear that? Because it looked brand new, and he's like, nah, you can have it. And I put it on, and as soon as I put it on, I'm like, this is the most comfortable hat I've ever worn in my life. And then I just started buying Ringers Western's hats, and then I'd never thought about looking at other country brands. And like I said, when I seen Crappie, because you got the Copper Country first, and then Beef and Reef, I reckon. And as soon as I started seeing them, I'm like, oh, wow, they look really cool.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. I think I just random search on Instagram one, or no, it was like a sponsored post from you guys, I think. And it was straight away, I didn't even care who ran the company. I was like, that logo, I need that on either a shirt or a hat. You could have been Hitler, and I would have still bought your shit.
Yeah, I remember Kayla saying, I found this bloke on TikTok, I follow him, I want to send him some stuff. And it's not the first time that she has come and said that. And I was like, yeah, cool. Then it kind of just stemmed from there. And then, I seen that you posted a couple of videos. And every time you do, Kayla's like, oh, look, he's wearing our stuff, which is really cool. So, yeah.
I get a couple of people like every now and then ask, oh, where did you get your hat from? Or what brand is that? And I'll just like tag your page or something like that. But that's I love that about like small businesses, how like it sounds weird to say it, but like one hand greases the other sort of thing, and like everyone helps
100%.
everyone. Which, speaking of businesses, if you were to just one piece of advice for someone thinking of starting up a small business, what would you say to someone thinking about not necessarily getting into the same business you're in, just like in general?
Oh, I would say just give it a go. I mean, I feel like in life, there's forever ideas just popping in our head. Like, just find what is going to make you happy. And if you find that that's your passion, that's what you want to do, and give it a go. I would say plan, because we certainly didn't. Plan for your vision, I think, and what you want to get out of it. That would probably be my biggest thing. Yeah. Just to set that path for success, I guess. Yeah. And make sure you have time.
Because I like
good advice. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I like that idea of planning, because I reckon out of all of us here, none of us have done that at all.
No. You get like this idea of
Mr. ABN, Mr. ABN number over here.
Yeah,
like, you get an idea. I got to get an ABN. I got to register the business name. You haven't even.
Absolutely. I sit down straight away and I'm drawing a logo. Like, I haven't even done anything yet. I'm like, fucking beauty. Oh, that's going to look sick. Like, I haven't even got a product for it.
I find it's like
me and Crappie were actually... sorry.
It's like a puzzle, yeah. No, you're right.
Yeah. Yeah, no, me and Crappie were like just talking shit one day about trying to do a little country brand apparel. But the hardest thing was trying to think of a name. Like, trying to think of a name and then a logo to go with that name.
A name you can legally...
This is hard.
It is, yeah. It's, that's
well, that actually leads into my question.
Actually.
Yeah. What motivates you, and how do you go about generating new ideas?
For me, I feel like a lot of my ideas come when I don't want to be at work, and that's 100% it. And it just, I think that's what motivates me, is like to give me something outside of work to do.
Yep.
And what motivates me is just finding something. If it gives you a little bit of joy in life, then like, to me that makes me happy. And I think some people lack that. So, and that's why a lot of people aren't happy, because they can't find those little things. So, I don't know. Maybe that's not the best answer, but that's how I
That's actually pretty
do
good.
things, I guess.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I know. Happiness is a good motivation, sure.
Well,
Oh,
it should be more of a motivation for people, but sometimes it just isn't. You end up,
I find it
stuck.
Yeah, particularly in small business, this is not going to make anyone rich. Maybe it is if you become like Ringen's Western or something like that. So going into it with a mindset of this is going to make me a lot of money and I'm going to be able to do this, this, and this, I think becomes a negative circle that is going to come back and bite because it's not going to have immediate success. And then you're going to, be sad and, miserable. And then you go back, all right, I'm going to try again. And then it's just the same cycle. So you have to go into it with genuine reason to want to do it. And financial reasons can't be a motivator.
Yeah, I feel like if someone's got like happiness as their motivation to come up with new ideas, I feel like they're the type of people that are going to pump out a more quality product over someone who's just got money in their like sights. Like it's all well and good to make money, but I think you've got to have a genuine passion for what you're creating as well.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, at the end of the day, you're providing someone with something that's going to hopefully give them a little bit of joy. So it's a service, really. Same as
I
what
think
we
it's
all
also
do.
like
So
you're not going to relate to everyone. Not everyone's going to enjoy, everyone's brands or I suppose or their vision. But for the people who you do connect with, it's like giving back or giving someone something that's I really like that. And something that's like I suppose affordable. That someone's like, I can have that.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
little things, little wins.
We can all understand that with like putting yourself out there and connecting with people. Like for us doing an online thing, we have our followers and people that watch us and stuff. But then you probably have people that just be like, they're not for me.
Yeah. You're not
You
always
be
going to be
okay
everyone's
with
cup
that
of
too.
tea.
You got to realise that you're not going to be everyone's cup of tea, and it's okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's a good sign if you've got someone who dislikes what you're doing.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's what I said to you the other week, probably about when you get hate. It's like that means you're on the right track, mate. If you've got people going out of their way to hate you, you're doing the right thing.
Secretly, I froth it. It just gets me up in the morning.
That's why I said
that's
the
also
alias.
People have to be okay with not being, I suppose, accepted or liked, or whether it's them personally
100%.
or just like whatever they're creating. I find a lot of the big, for example, TikTok's a massive one. The big creators out there that a lot of people love. There's just as many people out there as like I can't stand that guy, or whatever.
Yeah.
But they're confident enough to put themselves out there, and knowing that when I suppose you get that following, they come with both sides. So
Yes.
that's a big thing. Even,
100%.
like TikTok's just, I suppose, you're on camera. It's not just a photo. Like people go on live and stuff like that. So that's a big one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I had that confidence.
Yes. So do I.
Yeah.
Well, we're trying
We
to.
do this, and I still don't have that confidence.
Yeah, no. Every time I upload a video, I'm like sweating for the first half an hour, going,
Yeah.
"That was so shit."
Absolutely.
yeah.
Voice is breaking. You sound like a pre-adolescent, like a teenager. Hey, hang on.
Yeah, today we're cooking brisket.
I think food is also one of those ones where so many people have their opinion. Like, oh, that looks dry, or whatever.
It's very
Especially when it comes to barbecuing.
Oh, man. Barbecue pages are
criticism.
they're just a haven for people just ripping into other people.
Yep.
I swear, like, a lot of the dislike that I get is from people in the same industry. It's like they don't want to see other people do well, and that's just a shit attitude to have. Like, competition is what makes the business world go around. To be honest.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely.
And I think
Well,
like
support each
that's
other,
how
nothing.
everyone should support each other, like regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
People
right.
don't
it's-
realise that the world being a pie is big enough for everyone to get a slice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to drag someone down to lift yourself up.
Yeah.
We can all get there together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird. Well,
There's definitely all sorts of people.
oh yeah. What are the things that you love most about running a small business, and is there anything that you really just don't love?
Alright, so I suppose the things I do love about it is being able to tap into that creative side.
Yep.
It's kind of just, you don't know what you're going to come up with, but the end, I suppose, product is always something that you can be proud of. And it's just kind of rewarding in itself. So that's probably my favorite part, is your creative side. There's definitely lots of things I've created that have not come to, life yet, but they will. The thing I do not enjoy would probably be the postage runs. I love getting the orders and packing them and doing those things. But when I have to go out of my way to go to the post office, I think it's the marketing. It's the consistency and constantly trying to find things to post at a quality and just getting out there. And I'm not a competitive person. And what I mean by that is I know there are lots of country brands in my area. I don't really strive to beat that person, or our brand's better than their brand, or those kinds of things where I know a lot of them are. So I think stuff like that is something I don't know if it's struggle is the word, but dislike. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure.
It's competition for no reason, really.
It's a freight train going past.
I don't even know if I call it competition. It's just...
Yeah.
Yeah, well, as you said, there's obviously people like you guys are just happy to sort of do it as your hobby and remain sort of passionate that way. But it's like any business. I actually put a post up the other day. When people start getting a little bit too much fame, it can go to their head, and I think it's when they get really selfish and sort of conniving. They start trying to undercut or compete with people in an unhealthy way, and I see it every day, like barbecue wise anyway, but I'm sure it applies 100%. To similar businesses in general. So I think everyone should be looking to work together, but whether that will ever happen, probably not.
Nah.
We've been lucky in some respects. Like there's small businesses that we've worked with where we're happy to, I suppose, promote them. Like, hey, we got these made from here, go and support these guys, and they'll do the same for us. But I'm not sure everyone kind of works like that, and that's fine. That's other people's way of doing things. But we've definitely been lucky in that respect of, I suppose, small businesses help small businesses and both make something out of it. So
that's how it should be.
That's how it should be for small businesses, because it's easy for the big guys.
Yeah.
Because they've got their market.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this question is right. How do you guys go about juggling your FIFO work and running a business? I mean, now that we're sort of into the podcast now, you made it clear earlier that it's sort of just a side thing, hobby for you guys. So I guess, is it sort of a thing that you just do when you feel like it, and you don't push the fact that to make it a priority to be always on top of everything? Or obviously FIFO, your job would take priority over everything?
I think only because my career is what gets me through life. Kayla has her own business, and that's her job as well. And without these things, Beef and Reef wouldn't be able to exist. So it's a juggle. Obviously, I am only home every couple of weeks, so in that respect, it's a bit of a juggle when, Kayla's got her responsibilities at work and then at home, and then throwing these bits and pieces in the mix can be juggly. Juggly, that's not even a word.
Yeah.
I like
but
it.
hey,
It's a word
That's
now.
right. Juggling.
juggling. But But hey, we choose to do this, and we do enjoy it. So if we didn't enjoy it, we wouldn't do it. And I think that's the main thing. But when we do get a chance, you know, we go on holidays or we are out and about filming and making content that very rarely gets uploaded. It's just what we enjoy. So we don't necessarily have to make time for it. It's just,
Yeah.
I suppose we're already doing it. Putting it out there is probably the next thing. So, I wouldn't change it. I think we do all right. So, I think if we had bigger plans and wanted to be much bigger, we'd probably have to invest more time into it, which is fine as well. I think if we had more time, we probably would, to be honest. But it's just what it is. And I suppose if you were to compare us to other companies, I think a lot of them start out the same. It's only when they get that little bit bigger or more consistency that they are able to put more time and effort into it and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Well, I suppose the good thing, like, you've got a foundation and a start, and that's never going to go away. So I guess, you know, down the track, you know, one day you could just decide, sick of the 9 to 5 life. We've got a nice little nest egg here. Let's just sink it into the business.
Yeah.
I think it's important to have that start, that
going to be opportunity
in the beginning.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah.
I think
I
that's
do like your posts on Instagram as well. They look really, really good. Like every picture I see of like the apparel and stuff. It's just the backgrounds and everything. It's just everything looks really nice. It kind of catches your eye straight away.
Yeah,
and that was the plan with having the pictures is to be out and about. That's what our brand is about. It's about getting out there and exploring and adventuring and all those bits and pieces. So, to us, that's a really important factor of our brand. Getting those photos out in those kind of areas, whether it's around barbecuing, camping, whatever. That's our foundation of where our brand comes from. So, yeah.
Well, on that, how can our listeners find your product?
So they can jump on our website, beefandreefapparel.com. I don't think it's .au. I think it just got changed to .com. Otherwise, our TikTok, our Instagram, our Facebook, it's all linked. Our website's on all of those. Our products are always being updated, so if there's not your size or I suppose colours can be one too. There's always new stuff getting restocked. So I guess just keeping an eye out or shooting us an email and be like, hey, when's this coming in? And we'll give you an answer. So just follow those socials and
that's all right. When I upload the video, I'll put a link in the description of how to get hold of you guys and how people can look at your product.
Yeah, for sure. Shoot us a message. Like, do whatever. We're always happy to, get back and just do our part, which is always good as well. It's always good when people do message us and be like, hey, what's happening with this or whatever. So it's good to communicate with these people. So I like it.
And is it like, because I messaged you a little while back on my other Instagram, and you guys like pretty much messaged back straight away. It might not have been instant, but it was pretty close to instant. We generally always try and get to people, those genuine ones anyway, not these scammers, but we get a lot of them. But I mean, we're always down for a chat or advice or just anything really. Like, it's just good chats are always good. But I think I like communicating with people and reaching out to people, and even you guys. Like, I didn't even look at your page until I think when I was trying to find something the other day. And I was like, I don't even know their name, but talking to them, like, I'm just happy to always be part of something. And if I can jump on with your podcast and help you guys out, I'm down for a chat. So it's good. That's cool.
Yeah.
I was actually saying to the boys tonight, I'm like, I only asked their name just like today. We completely forgot.
Literally.
The first thing I should have asked.
people know the brand Beef and Reef or of it, but it's good to see a face behind it. I don't think a lot of people knew that it's actually two females behind the brand. I don't think just by some of the messages and stuff. And a lot of brands are generally male when it comes to country brands.
Yeah.
So yeah, that part's different, but it's good to put a face to it, I guess. Or people reach out and I'm like, hey, this is Heather or this is Kay. Not with you, I didn't know.
Yeah, that's all right.
Had any challenges on that front, being small business owners in what would probably be a male-dominated area of business?
No, not really. Everyone's pretty good these days.
Yeah.
I don't think so at all. And perhaps that's because people maybe don't know or... No, I think everyone's pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
And we get, I suppose a lot of our business is actually males. So it's good to be pretty diverse.
Yeah,
sure.
Especially this day
How
and
about
age.
you? How did you guys get into podcasts? Like, as a group of three males?
We used to stream... We were streaming gaming. So we're essentially gamers to start with, just streaming video games. And that's how we all met, really. Like me and Rob are cousins. So I've known him for a while. My whole life, at least.
Yeah.
But so it sort of went from there, because when you're streaming and you're like talking to the chat, and we found that we sort of were drawn to the talking part of it more, and like getting to know people part of it almost more than the gaming part. So we went down this route to try and express that and get to know some people.
That's really cool.
Because we started interviewing other Twitch streamers and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's right.
And and then it got to the point where we're like, well, let's branch out a little bit and see if we can get other people on the show and stuff like that. And Croppy was actually on. I reckon we had you on twice, didn't we, Crop?
I started as a guest, actually. Yeah.
As a guest.
Yeah.
And then we come up with the idea with, like, because some nights when we wanted to do the podcast, if one of us couldn't make it, if we had that third person, they could cover in.
Yeah, we were doing live.
Yeah, that's what we're doing live. Yeah, and that was a challenge, especially with all the technical difficulties.
Technology, eh? Oh.
Yeah.
It's
So it's good to
I must
have
admit, you guys keep
like the
freezing
three
on
of
my end,
us
so I don't
now.
know who's talking.
Really?
Yeah. No, that's one good thing about this platform that we're using is everything still keeps recording, so
Yep.
nothing's gonna look like shit at the end of it. Fingers crossed.
Yeah. Whoa, touch some wood quick.
Oh yeah. What do you?
I can't believe like about 10 minutes before this all started, the internet just dropped out completely. And I'm like, oh no. I reset the modem twice, and I'm like, okay, let's see if this works now. But it did. But yeah, no, we've gained a bit of a following from Twitch and stuff, but then we left Twitch and gone over to YouTube and stuff like that now, and we like this much better. Pre-recorded stuff. You can edit things. You can make it look a bit nicer.
Yeah.
And
you don't feel like you're forced.
This year we want to try and build it. We're going to try and build the brand, build the podcast, and see how we go.
That's awesome. I think like podcasts are such a thing now. Like even just driving to work and stuff. Like in the real world, like so many people have listened to podcasts now more than they do music, and I think it's because people can relate or connect to it more. So I think it's a good thing.
Yeah.
I think it's a good medium for people the hosts to be themselves and to get genuine people on and get a genuine connection. That's why it's so relatable.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
That's why I listen to podcasts every day. And that's the reason I listen to them. So
yeah.
What about
because
sometimes
I feel like things... You're right, go on.
What do you get into on your downtime when you're not in the small business or
I really
at work?
enjoy
Or
cooking.
obviously you like the outdoors, so yep.
Yeah, I like being outdoors. So, I don't know, something about it. I do like being outdoors. I do enjoy cooking, particularly outdoors, or baking inside, obviously.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like finding new places. Just exploring, really. So, I don't know. Every time's a bit different. I like spontaneous type adventures. I feel like they're probably like the best ones because you just don't know where you're going to end up or what you're going to find. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. But,
Yeah.
Yeah.
On cooking. Oh, sorry.
No, go on.
On the cooking subject, I know Beef and Reef, and sorry, have I got that right? Yeah, Beef and Reef. The TikTok, you got a couple of barbecue videos up there.
Yeah.
Who's? I guess it's a two-part question. Is who's in charge of the grill, and what's their or your favorite thing to grill up? Or smoke.
Kayla and I, we definitely. Oh yeah, she's more of the smoker. I don't do a good smoke, although over last weekend I did. But she's pretty particular about. I don't even know how to do it. The grill, not the grill, the smoke. You know, the little fire pit and all that kind of stuff, and like there's a whole process to it. So that's definitely her thing. And she likes the briskets. She's pretty basic though. She's like steak and briskets, like that's it. Whereas I like fancy stuff. Like I don't even know if you'd call it really fancy, but more so like just doing different things other than those. I suppose just a steak on the barbie or a brisket. I like doing ribs, although Kay does too actually. Yeah, just all those different like cuts of meat and flavors. Actually, speaking of flavors on the subject, we used that. I think it was called the ox of yours over the weekend. We did
the ox dust.
Yes, that one. And like I layered it. Like I think it was double layered, and it was amazing. It just went straight through the flavor. It's actually sitting in my drafts on TikTok at the moment. Because I was like, oh, it looks a bit dry. Should I post it? That's why I want the criticism. It actually wasn't that bad, though. Just looks it. But yeah, so
you'll have the barbecue mafia after you.
Oh, exactly. I just don't want that. Like, I liked it. I ate it. But we got a couple of different barbs at home. Mine is the Weber kettle. And I bought it because it was blue, because I really liked it. But the rest are all Kayla's, so I only really cook on mine. So, but yeah, we do all different things, and yeah, sometimes it brings arguments. Because I say it's not being done properly, and she's like, no, this is my cook. But yeah, it's always a good time. There's definitely been a lot of failed cooks, I think, as well. Like, I don't know, just things that it's just not edible. But we don't talk about it.
I still do.
Because I'm like, jeez. Oh, yeah, 100%. But when I'm hungry and then I can't eat it, it's not fun. No, I really enjoy that.
I find it's like a good creativity, like brings out a bit of a creativity side. Because apart from cooking, I've got not 1 ounce of creativity in me. I can't string a guitar. I can't paint. I don't know why I said paint, but yeah, I can half cook.
You're an artiste.
Yeah.
I think you're like the good thing about like these, like, you know, socials and stuff, like you can kind of somewhat, not saying I did, I'm not admitting to anything here, but like some people you could add like an effect to make it look better than what it is. You know?
Yeah.
You
always can tell people that fucked up a cook when they like over filter it.
Yeah, sure.
Literally.
It's got
everyone
coming
does
out
that
of
now.
it.
Hey,
Yeah.
it's like
Fucking rainbows popping out of them.
Yeah.
It's not
Versus
edible,
art
but it
looking a bit
looks good.
dry, just like Photoshop water.
Yeah,
on
that's
it.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, yeah,
Well, we're heading towards the end of the show.
Sounds good.
But I just want to finish on a question. What's your ultimate goal for Beef and Reef?
ultimate goal, I think just to get a bit more, I suppose, variety of products of what we got, because we do have a lot of people who are so interested in our product, and to be able to give them that little bit more. But I think also one of our goals is to be more active on socials, and what I mean by that is, I suppose, being more present. You know, your TikToks, that's the new thing now, even you know, Instagram, stuff like that. To be able to really engage more about who we are and what we actually do would be good. So, small steps, but we'll get there. Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, it's great.
We hope you grow into a big company one day, and we can all look back at this and be like, remember when we had her on?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I appreciate you guys having me on. It's been good.
We appreciate you coming on.
Couldn't wear any of my Beef and Reef stuff. I forgot to pack it this time, but oh well. Next time.
That's all right.
But yeah, thanks so much for having us.
Well, Heather, thank you for coming on the show.
Cheers, mate.
And,
I wish you guys all the best.
Been an awesome episode.
We'll chat soon.
Yeah, we will follow. We'll be following very keenly to see.
Likewise, mate.
Follow the product very cleanly.
We'll leave a link in the description on how you can contact Beef and Reef, and we'll catch all you guys on the next episode. Catch you guys.
Absolutely.
Beauty. See you guys.